Hi all, and welcome to another devlog, or postmortem, of my game Pixel Parody. I'm unsure if I should call it a postmortem because I will still keep working on it. That's because I designed the game to have more and more mini adventures on each release. Also, it will be having more point-and-click tropes like Sierra-style deaths, mazes, Indiana-style boss fights, and Myst-style puzzles. Now that means I can extend the engine to suit a lot of more different styles of point-and-click games. In the meantime, I released a demo version of the game on itch.io. Very pleased to have finally reached that milestone. Be sure to check it out and let me know what you think in the comments. I know there are still some bugs and obvious puzzle problems, but I will fix them in the next release. A link will be shared down below so you can check it out yourself. So, what to expect in this devlog? I will be talking about the techniques to support narrative-driven games. I'm going to share a link to the open source project that I have been working to support this, so stay tuned. But let me introduce you what led me to the way my characters are talking in the game. 2 years ago I developed the game The Lost Adventures on Apple's iPad and iPhone, and I learned a lot from that experience. I developed this game in JetBrains app code. This was all done in Objective-C, now declared dead when Apple announced Swift. But the game is available on the App Store, so be sure to check it out on the App Store. It's free, so no worries there. During the development, I kept motivated by a legend in the game industry, Ron Gilbert, who was making a new game called Thimbleweed Park. They talked about the development of the game in a podcast called the Thimbleweed Park Podcast. Somebody uploaded all the episodes on SoundCloud, so be sure to check it out in the links below. It's gold. They mentioned of a tool called Rhubarb that they used to make the characters talk. I immediately checked it out, and it was a very good tool that was able to convert sound to actual movements of the mouth, called mouth cues. The only thing you as a developer should do is to link those cues to the animation frames of your character. Well, I can assure you that takes some time, but at least you don't have to do all the mouth movements yourself, manually. Phew. So that is something I already did in my previous game, The Lost Adventures, but I still had to do a lot of manual labor, and there was not a lot of automation involved. I will show you a quick demo of the Linux version of Rhubarb. You can see that the unstructured output is showing A till H and also some X character. A to H represent actual talk shapes and X maps to a resting frame of the mouth cues. Luckily, Rhubarb has a lot more output options like XML and JSON. My choice of output for my tool was JSON. It's so easy to work with and it's easy to parse. As Christmas is approaching, I wanted to make a new parody, with Santa Claus and his main elf as the main characters. I already made Santa's lip sync some while ago, but I still needed to make the mouth animation for the main elf. The main elf will be an annoying little helper checking off a big present list, and he will be one character that will be talking a lot. Well, you can see the making of these animation frames in action here. I first separated the head pixels in my favorite pixel art tool called Pixaki, and then added the mouth cues one by one. And two of them actually are some sort of resting pose, so I could skip them easily. How does all of this tie into the code? Well, if you have a list of mouth cues that represents a spoken sentence, you can set the correct mouth shape for the corresponding sprite name in the texture atlas. As you can see, I'm almost done with the artistic part of the work, and I will now show a little bit of how it's all packed together with the tool Texture Packer. As you can see, there's only one frame between the normal walk frames, and that one is used when the character has some dialogue. I decided early on not to make my life very hard by allowing the character to talk during a walk animation. That would be a lot of work. I'm not sure if it would ever be worth it. Well, I'm dying to see if it all worked out and have a test run of the lip sync in my engine. Okay, let's check one more time from the top. Xbox 4 for Michael Pystries, PlayStation 5 for Lars Patterson, and a Nintendo Switch for Nigel Belson. Well, that is actually already quite good. For a first try, that is. So how did I get this JSON that easily without going to the command line or maybe making a big script? Well, I made a microservice and a Docker image that does all this work for me. I'm now showing off the very crude GUI that I made for the servers, just to show off how it's working. I am actually using the underlying REST API to do its work, together with some automation library. I have made a Docker image of this service and it's available on Docker Hub, so be sure to check it out and give it a spin. In the links down below, I also share the link to the source of the GitHub repo that I made for this project. I would be very pleased if you could integrate it into your pipeline or maybe inspire you to make a tool yourself. Well, that was the devlog for now. Hope you got inspired like I always do when I'm learning from others. I happen to know that a lot of game engines or game frameworks have support for an animation class. There was one in SpriteKit, Cocos 2D, and if there's none available in your framework of choice, you probably can build one easily yourself or cheat, ChatGPT. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this kind of content. I always like these things. It will keep me motivated to make more of these videos instead of making games because that's what I like the most. So it's basically up to you. Be sure to watch out for my next devlog. It will probably be about dialogues, maybe. I don't know.